When people talk about liking outsider art or amateur art, um, a lot of times people say that it's got like a charm to it or a childlike quality. Sort of vague things that it's just a general fascination with how weird it is or something. I've been on a kick lately where I'm like super into stuff that's like crude and amateurish. Um, and I think I can finally articulate why I'm so drawn to this stuff in kind of a better way. I think having been in a world of people getting better at their craft and learning to make stuff that looks really really professional, I guess. When you enter into this world, uh, you spend all your time just sort of refining this ability to produce things that have a really high level of like superficial polish, and it has like a lot of detail, um, but possibly not a lot of meaningful detail because it's just things that you've learned to reproduce over years and years of practicing making the same lines over and over. Um, I think when you see like people who are a little bit more amateurish do art, it's a lot more of a conscious process because they're not just drawing from, this trained repetitive thing that they've learned to do, and instead they're actually thinking about like every little detail that they put down. So it's more like imbued with meaning than the stuff that's just like very superficially nice to look at. That sort of stuff will draw you in, make you take the art seriously, and trigger whatever uh, inherent thing that's saying, oh, this thing has a lot of information in it, so we should pay attention. Um, but when you look at something that's a little more, crude or unrefined, then it's kind of more true that, it has that detail that's really been like mulled over and thought about and is possibly a lot more meaningful. Um, so for me personally, I like to do a lot of different stuff. I like to work in a lot of different genres or media, I guess. And I think part of the reason I like to do that is because being really bad at something kind of gives it more nuance and more like creative, original ideas that go into making whatever. Because once you get really good at making that thing, uh, then you're gonna get less for free in terms of just being able to think through every little bit of the work that you're doing. Whereas, when you're not good at a thing, then you have to be very conscious of everything that you're doing because it's all bad and you're trying to make it good. Um, this is just a thought I wanted to get down on recording.